KWTN 100.9 FM, the big voice. You are listening to Winnebago Talks. Welcome, everybody. This is a beautiful Tuesday, October 25th. It is now 11 a.m. and appreciate everybody that's going to be tuning in. We have a great show here for you folks here, and we have a lot of information, so we're going to hit right into it. So Bethany and Tyler, our Win, do you have some updates for us?
Hi everybody, I am Tyler Snake, Win Office Circulation Manager. A couple updates I have for you. Today is actually issue week deadline, so if you have anything to submit, you can email me at tyler.snake@winnebagotribe.com, or if you want to be a part of the Win contributors or, get on the mailing list, just let me know.
Awesome. So you guys have an issue coming out on deadlines Wednesday, correct?
Yes.
All right, and then just email you and everything. We do have some trick-or-treating information that we just got.
So
I believe
we were going to move down to the Blackhawk, but we'll be up here at the Physical Resources building with the other offices upstairs for the trunk-or-treating.
All right.
I don't know the specifics on the time or anything.
Okay, we'll get that information posted and stuff, so we'll make sure we get that. Bethany, how you doing?
Good. Hi, Napi. It's Bethany Redhorn, the Communications Office Manager.
All right.
There, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll call you back for the answer is.
Should I say my bagel bits?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a very hectic week, Halloween and whatnot. So I'll be talking about trunk-or-treating. Recently, this past weekend, Farmers Market had a pumpkin painting. I think that was with Two Spirit too, so shout out to them. And then Little Priest, as always, they host their movie nights, and we'll be talking about that too. And Human Services, they had their second or third free brummage, so it's pretty cool. Nice turnout.
Cool. We'll look forward to that information in the next issue of the Winnebago in the News. Thanks, Tyler.
Alrighty, I'll be back to win.
All right. We'd like to call upon our Assistant Director of the Physical Resources, and that's Autumn Neiman. Come on down. And our Chairwoman of the Winnebago Tribe, Victoria Kitchian. Come on in, ladies. Thank you for coming on up here for Winnebago Talks. We do have some general announcements. ARL is going to be happening on Thursday. Vote for the top 5. The graphic is up, so make sure that you get that information. We have a lot of information to give out here today, so we'll get to it here. But go ahead and put on the headphones, and we will get you mic'd up here. So, and if you want to, go ahead and give us your introduction, starting with Autumn.
Okay, so my name's Autumn Neiman, the Assistant Physical Resource Director for the Winnebago Tribe, and we came on the radio today to discuss the village and tribe water and sewer agreement and kind of the whole situation. I don't think some people know that a section of the town is operated by the village and some section is operated by the tribe.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. And go ahead and give us your introduction.
Good morning, everybody. Hello to the listeners. My name is Tori Kitchian, and I'm the chairwoman of the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska, and happy to be here on behalf of the council.
Awesome. And this is your third term being chairwoman, correct?
This is my second round being the chairwoman.
Okay, awesome. So congratulations too. I know elections happen at the beginning of the month and everything. So we are talking and discussing water here. So go ahead, ladies, and I know there's a lot of listeners. We kind of put out a promotion yesterday that you folks will be talking about the water system and maybe the town and whatnot. So we'll just turn it on over to you.
Okay. Well, I'm here on behalf of the Tribal Council. Very happy to be joined by Autumn, who is one of our subject matter experts on this. And we've been really working closely with the Physical Resources Department. And our goal is the Winnebago Tribe wants to take over our water and sewer system. And we believe that this is an exercise of tribal sovereignty. We believe that this is an exercise of self-determination, and that the Winnebago Tribe is at a point in their capacity to manage the water system and make it the cleanest drinking water available to our tribal members.
Awesome. So what does that entail? Like, what do we have to do that?
Well, as Autumn mentioned, that there's a portion through a boundary agreement that the village manages, and there's a portion that the Winnebago Tribe manages. And through that boundary agreement, the Winnebago Tribe has gained a great deal of capacity and experience. And we're really proud to say that we have some level 3 water operators. And that's due to some of Irita's leadership, and Irita, who's also here with us, really managing this department and looking at the growth opportunities for some of our employees to
succeed in that.
Succeed in
yeah,
that.
for sure. And water is very important because we use it to drink, we use it to cook, everything, feed our gardens, whatnot and stuff. So I know that you mentioned that the tribe has some control over the water system, correct?
Yeah.
But not all of it.
No, not all of it.
And-
We're only able to service and operate certain sections of it. And like the map I showed you, the village does some part, and they have different rates than us.
Okay.
And the tribe has our own set rates. So, with that, we would want to provide the best services to our people, at a good rate that they can afford.
Right. Do we have a graphic of that? Can you bring that up there, Bethany, and see? So maybe explain that a little bit there, Autumn, if you can kind of zoom in. There's a kind of a yellow portion, and then there's like blue lines there. So what are we looking at?
So the blue lines are the water lines, but the shaded area is the portion that the village controls, owns and operates, and administers, and the outside area is the tribe operating and administering them bills.
Gotcha. So those are all the water lines. I know we had like a water break there for a while that happened and kind of caught everybody off guard and stuff. You know what I mean?
We did. We had a water break, and I just want to back up and to just highlight that the reason the tribe is doing this is because we want to ensure the access to clean water. We want to assure accuracy and consistency in the billing.
Right.
And we just have heard from many of our tribal members and community customers of the village that there's been a really inconsistent billing mechanism. Some people are overbilled, some people are underbilled, some people aren't billed at all.
Mm.
And so there's a huge financial burden that's being passed on to the Winnebago tribe, and we'd like to just take it over. But to your point about the water main breaks, the village was responsible for that, and the council received a briefing. We're really thankful for Isaac Smith and his leadership on rising to the occasion in these moments of notice and ensuring that we had water available from the youngest to the oldest.
Right.
And incidences like the trash incident and the water break, that just shows that we're stronger when we work together.
Right.
And that some of this disagreement over water doesn't have a place in our community, that we're only here to provide clean water and strong working relationships with all of our partners, and it's just unfortunate that the village has an unwillingness to act in good faith on behalf of their customers. And it's our duty as the Winnebago tribal leadership and our trusted department leads to carry out that on behalf of the people.
Do we have audio coming through? Okay, cool. All right, just wanted to make sure. And for those that maybe don't know the dynamic of how this works here, the Winnebago tribe consists of the council and all those administration departments and stuff. The village is a kind of a own separate entity, and they're in charge of like the trash and some areas throughout the town. They're in charge of the water, some other things as well. So there's two separate entities at play here.
Yeah.
And I know that we're trying to enter into an agreement with the village. The Winnebago tribe is to, in order to get that water system. And also there was a talk and make mention of kind of maybe a filtration system. Can you come down what that is?
Yes, probably over a year ago, I had said to Ron Knorr that my goal was to provide clean water, and that was, if we could finish and accomplish one thing, it would be to get clean water for our community. And at that point on, it became a top priority on our general council meeting, with our physical resources, and we started working in that direction. And so what a water osmosis system is, it's a water filtration system, a very sophisticated water filtration system that requires specialty equipment and upgrades.
Yeah.
And so this would be a huge upgrade to our water system. You guys know how the water's discolored, it smells like eggs or
Right.
just not nice things, and this filtration system would clean that all up. And by state standards, our drinking water is acceptable by state standards, but what our water has is secondary elements that cause that discoloration and off smell. And this filtration system would provide the filtration for you to get clean, clear water that doesn't smell and taste nice. We know that a lot of people haul water, a lot of people buy bottled water. I was just visiting with my friend over there, and we were saying we don't even drink water if we can't buy bottled water. And I'm sure it's like that way for everyone, but for those that can't run to Sioux City every little while and get water or fill up here and there, it's a disservice.
Mhm.
And we should all have equitable access to water, and there should be nothing else below that we would accept.
Well, thanks for that update. Appreciate the kind of giving the information to our listeners and whatnot. What are the next steps? I mean, do we need to kind of ask our listeners, our tribal membership, to do something far as in order to get this implemented?
Well, we had mentioned that the tribe for some time have been trying to work in good faith with the village and their leadership, and we had entered into an agreement to have a series of meetings over 6 months to hash this out.
Sure.
And in the midst of that time frame, the village canceled our water agreement. And one of the things that we had asked for in that kind of commitment to sit down and visit was we asked that there be no further disconnections of our community members on their water. And they would not agree to that. Not only have our tribal members continued to be disconnected, many of them have sought the help of our Human Services Department.
Yeah.
And they called on CARES Act money and other utility assistance to pay this. So we have the village gouging and providing inaccurate billing to our community customers, whether village customers, and then they're still getting tribal resources by these folks going to our human services. So it's a huge problem, and we would just like to get ahead of it in a good way. We had been, everybody lawyered up, and so our attorneys have been visiting with one another, and we had finally decided to put ourselves on the village agenda, and in a good way, some of us attended that meeting, and we shared with them our intentions and that we would like them to voluntarily turn over the assets back to the Winnebago tribe.
Yeah.
And the village primarily owns the water system, but the IHS, through the sewer and sanitation facilities construction dollars, have made millions of dollars of upgrades and maintenance and other projects. And so the village has only received that funding through the tribe and access to IHS dollars. And so the village would not be able to update the system or have the resources for a reverse osmosis system. But the Winnebago tribe does. But the Winnebago tribe is not willing to use its status as an Indian tribe to upgrade the facility and turn it over to what we feel has been poor and mismanagement. From that time on, we received, the village passed a resolution, and we have that here with us. And they had passed the resolution before we even had the opportunity to go and present, some of the things that we talked about. And I'll just read this. It says, now therefore be resolved that the Village Board of Trustees hereby goes on official record as being opposed to the Winnebago Tribe's resolution regarding transferring of the water plan and additions and lagoon to the Winnebago Tribe. So we were really disappointed that the village had come to that decision, and you mentioned next steps, and so at this point we're going to move forward and put it up to the people, the village residents,
There you
and
go.
have a petition that asks the village residents, what do you think about the water system? Do you think that the Winnebago tribe should take this over? And are you in support of the village's position to maintain the maintenance and management of water? You want to turn it over to Autumn because she's got so much to share, and I really wanted her to be on here to share some of the technical details, and all the folks get the bills. They know what it looks like. We don't have to put
Right.
words in anyone's mouth. This is a circumstance that is not unique to any of us. Everyone has a story.
I just wanted to share a story. I grew up on Maple Street, and my mother, my dad, and everybody, but we grew up seeing the colored water, and we had to go to Hy-Vee to get water and stuff. So I kind of grew up not trusting what comes out of the faucet and stuff. So when I go to anywhere else and stuff, but you think about the overall scheme and you look at the health of our tribe, and a lot of it may be due to the elements of the water. Even though we're passing the state standards of Nebraska, still there's something there in water. And as you know, Tori, you went up to Standing Rock and everything, and there's it's a huge issue that we got to protect our water. We got to save our people, you know what I mean? Because that water is life. So they made mention something about maybe putting, right now there's no mechanism of metering the water, but would you guys be able to put individual meters on households? Is that so they get the correct billing?
Yeah, so that kind of goes along with what Tori says when we have funding available, you know, through IHS to pay for certain things, and metering would be one of them, but it's only through the tribe that IHS will do it. You know, and the tribe on their portion, we have meters in our homes, you know, that we're capable, you know, able to meter the water and sewer that goes through it, and then meters hook up to our billing system where, you know, it just we just drive by, it reads it, it goes automatically on the bill, and we mail it out, and simple as that.
When the water break happened, I mean, there was a lot of resources that came together, and we want to say thank you to the physical resources. You guys were distributing, I think the health department helped out and stuff. There was pallets that came, you know, the elders were delivered water and everything, and that was kind of a whole unity thing on that situation. I know it was an inconvenience for a lot of folks, you know what I mean, but at the same time,
Everybody came together, right? Yeah,
Definitely,
worked
definitely.
together about it.
So I think the next steps for the tribe is, let's ask the voters, the village, the people that own these homes, that are in these homes and stuff, what they want to see in the future for this, because I know the tribe has the resources, they have the staff that have these certifications. You have to be an operator, certified water operator and whatnot. They have this filtration system, this metering, and so there's this agreement, and we just got to work together with the village in order to transfer the assets, and then away we go. It's easier said than done, but that's what we kind of wanted to mention. So I want to say thank you to all those listeners out there, those that are going to be, they kind of wanted to know what the update from the tribe is regarding the water.
Well, we definitely need their support. What we're doing here today is build awareness. We've heard from many tribal members, and they're looking for advocacy, they're looking for support, and they're looking for fair, accurate billing and clean water. And so we're here today to make folks aware of the issue, and that in a good way the Winnebago tribe has intentions, and also in a good way that the Winnebago tribe is not going to allow a state entity to stand in the way of our clean drinking water. And we can have safe water, we can have clear water. You know, we deserve more. You know, we are in the generation where we have all these resources available, we have all these experts available in our own community, our own tribal members, and so we don't need to rely on a state entity to tell us how to manage our water system, especially when it no longer serves us in a good way.
Right. That is awesome. I please keep our membership and our listeners updated. I thank you guys for taking the time out. I know you're busy, Tori and Autumn. You guys kind of had to stop and come up here, but that's very important. Communication, you know, Isaac says that all the time and stuff. Communication to our membership is very important and stuff. I'm kind of gonna, I don't know if you guys want to make mention, any last words on this subject, because I got some other subjects I'd like to talk to you guys about.
I think, did we cover Autumn?
I think
Anything
we
you wanna
covered
add?
everything. Yeah, I think, you know, our goal is just to provide the best services. We want our people to have the best.
There you go. And that's what we want to keep people, Winnebago tribal people that are here, you know, healthy, especially with the water. You know, we drink, we bathe in it, it's water is life, seriously, you know what I mean? So future generations and stuff, you know what I mean? Hopefully in the next, if we come to agreement, how fast would that be into play?
Well, I think the time has passed. The village has not, in our opinion, come forth in good faith.
Okay.
And if they were willing to cooperate and work with the tribe, they wouldn't have canceled our water agreement.
Okay.
In the midst, before we could even sit down and talk.
Right.
They wouldn't have passed a resolution before we could even find ourselves on their meeting agenda. They would have made it right when we had this trash service disruption, when we had the water main break. And so the village has demonstrated their capacity and willingness to provide clean, safe drinking water. And I don't want to go into the numbering system and people drilling into your house with these numbers. There's just a variety of things that people feel that they've been harmed by the village.
Right. Can we bring that map up once again, just to kind of in Autumn, for those maybe that are just joining us and kind of, we're talking about the water system. The village and the Winnebago tribe are trying to enter into agreement so that they can bring this reverse osmosis filtration system to the water, so we can have some nice clean water. Not only that, but some metering so that everybody gets billed for what they use, whatnot. We got to make sure that the water is clean, and that's what we're trying to kind of tell the viewers here today. So that whole blue system, right? If I could see the key, that's existing, and then you guys are talking about the red would be proposed. Is that water lines?
Well, it's very important because when we do the petition, you have to live within the village
Okay.
boundaries. So it's important to know, who's servicing you. Is it the village or is it the tribe?
Okay. All right. So in the yellow area is what's being serviced currently by the village, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I see Q Bass said he has billed over $500. Was that the village or was that us? I think he lives out there on what is it, Cali Projects or something?
Thunderway.
Yeah. Thunderway.
When was he billed?
This is here. I was billed over $500 for 1 month back when we were in the village water.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so see, probably before he moved out to Thunderway, from what it sounds like, yeah.
Okay.
Because they used to do the billing for the tribe, so I don't remember that.
Okay.
So that's what I mean. Everybody has a story. Either
Right.
it's inconsistent or
Okay.
they started in an effort to, stabilize the operation. They started billing by bedroom size, and that didn't serve our elders who have maybe homes that are not, filled with loved ones, and they've grown up and moved on, and so we have
Yeah.
people on a fixed income being price gouged.
Ooh.
And it's just, I keep saying a disservice. It's harmful. It's unfair. You have some folks that don't receive a bill at all. You have folks that are being overbilled. And we just are very concerned with what's going on.
Yeah. Definitely.
Our own tribal entities and departments, their billing is inconsistent. And so it was just really appalling to hear some of the village talking points at their meeting and asserting that the Winnebago tribe owes them money.
Wow.
But we have all our data and paperwork, and we're just ready to take it over. And what's unfortunate that we have to come to a petition and to use our legal general counsel to find other paths forward.
Yeah.
I wish we could have come together with the village and sat down and had just had the opportunity to visit. When we went to the village board meeting, none of the village board members had a willingness to dialogue. They had their attorney do all the talking. And so it was just, it doesn't have to be that way, and we really wish that it could have been more pleasant and really think, that day I said, I call it brown on brown, but this is red on red crime, these are our very own tribal members that sit on this village board. And so from the tribal council's perspective, we don't wish anybody any ill intent. This is about the water.
Right. Good point. And once again, thank you for that. Autumn, changing the subject here, can you tell us about the community cleanup? Do we have a graphic for that?
Yes.
I think that's happening.
Yeah, today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
It'll be all day. The trash cans are located down on the west side of the Blackhawk Center by the baseball field. So they don't take hazardous materials, only trash, garbage, furniture.
Okay, so it's
excess things in your home.
You guys usually do spring cleanup, and then you guys do fall cleanup,
Yeah.
and that's through was it Joseph Painter?
Yeah, EPD, Environmental Protection
and
Department.
If
yep.
you guys have any questions, there's something about a luncheon or something like
There's
that.
lunch, to be served at EPD. They're doing to-go plates, and it'll be today from 11:30 till they run out, and tomorrow it'll be the same thing.
Okay, so no hazardous materials.
Yeah.
If you guys need to
Paint,
clean out,
light
get ready,
bulbs,
clean off the
kind of
porch,
thing.
whatever. A lot of that stuff collects over in the summertime months and whatever. Now is the time to get rid of it. Behind the Blackhawk Center and Mercer Street is going to be the trash.
Yeah.
Alrighty, cool. And then, I know some people come from out of town and still use that one, but you guys have cameras and everything?
Yeah,
And how's
we have
that?
cameras. We're watching. We can see plates. We have a code here
Okay.
through the tribe. So
Illegal dumping and
it's
stuff
only
like that.
for tribal members. Yeah.
One time I went back here behind St. Augustine's, and in that creek there, there was a lot of tires and like I think there was a refrigerator in that creek, and there's a lot of so please, try to dump safely and then use this opportunity.
Keep it in the bins.
Yeah, for sure. So any other updates with physical resources that you want to?
Not currently. We have the ARPA home repair program. It's still closed right now, and we're working through it. We're not too sure on the time frame of when we're going to open it up, but we're getting closing
Awesome.
in on them.
All right, and thank you for all your help. I know that you guys helped with the trunk or treat. There's a lot of you guys are all over the place, going back from powwow, you know what I mean? Like physical resources is on it and stuff. So appreciate that. I know, Tori, let's talk about the economic recovery payment assistance. Today's first day in-person distribution. How's that going?
Well, they started this morning with 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for the tribal elders, and they were they wanted to have a special time frame so they didn't have to wait in lines, and it would just be a smooth process for our tribal elders to pick up their checks. So for today and tomorrow from 9 to 11 is the tribal elder time frame that is specially designated for them.
Well, why did the council and the ARPA team decide to do an economic at this time? Is there kind of an explanation on it?
Over the summer, we were always thinking of how we can better serve our tribal members.
Yeah.
And one of the ways that, I guess helps our tribal members directly are these payments that help with their utilities or maybe their expenses that are beyond the services the tribe offers.
Inflation is crazy.
And the gas prices this summer, the food prices, we watched tribal members call upon the services that were needed beyond what we could provide.
Yeah.
And the council had already passed a budget on how we would utilize the ARPA. And we had to look at that and say, is this building going to benefit our people? In the long term, it will.
Yeah.
Or is there some flexibility in this budget to allow for some direct payments in our people's time of need?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not always popular to hand out the money like that, but when you're hearing from your people that this is what they need, you have to be responsive to that.
Right.
And so in an effort to try to be responsive to that rise in prices and living expenses, we wanted to do something that would not fully take care of it, but that may help them along the way.
Definitely. And I think one of the important things this round is that the children will get the Visa gift cards, the minors, so coats, whatever they need to. The weather is changing. That's what we kind of said. Inflation is rising, a lot of different things and stuff. But so today they started 9 a.m. for the elders, and that's going to be tomorrow too, correct?
Yes.
And how late do they go tonight?
I think it's 7.
So 7 at the Whirling Thunder gym.
Yes.
So Blackhawk Center. Use the north entrance. Photo ID required.
Photo ID required, tribal ID, driver's license, anything like that. Enrollment, I do believe, is open if you need to get a tribal ID. And we're just trying to really in support of our treasurer, Rona Steeler, and her team, be consistent, and we're trying to follow the rules. And we understand there are some circumstances, but we just really have to follow the guidelines that have been put out. And the tribal council stands with the finance team and Rona in a really positive way. It's just a lot of legwork and logistics go into facilitating these payments.
Right.
And I want to give a huge thank you and shout out to the finance team and all those that have a role in this. We've called on the organization in many ways to help out with this. And we just want our tribal members to be treated with respect. And when you come pick up your payment, just remember to be kind and courteous. And we're doing the best we can to be responsive to the people's needs.
That is awesome. I went down there this morning, and the elders came in. Smiles, you know what I mean? And it was a smooth process. I have to admit, they had one person, checking the ID, marking off, and then they would go to the next person and grab their check, and then boom, they're out of there. So it was, a nice, smooth process. So shout out to the finance team. I know Billy was up here, her and
Talia.
Yeah, they were up here kind of explaining the application process. Now, there were some people that posted on Facebook and everything that they were waiting for the applications to be sent. We didn't send applications this year. You can go to the Winnebago Tribe, winnebagotribe.com, and there's a header right there. You get your application, you get it notarized, you send in the required documentation, and then boom, you get your check. So it was a smooth process, but also at the same time you had to kind of do your own legwork. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And there was some there's a huge pile, I don't know how many, a huge pile of applications that were submitted incomplete. And they may have just sent the form and none of the supporting documentation. And so unfortunately, those applications aren't going to be processed incomplete. And some folks may be disappointed, but just please read the form, read the directions.
Yeah,
make
And
the
they still
effort.
have time.
Yeah, they
to
still have
submit.
time.
They can. It goes to what, December?
Yep, the end of December, they can still claim this money, and the checks will be sent out on a rolling basis starting the 27th for those that will be submitting.
Their applications, yeah, for sure. And there was another question. People were wondering when are out of town, if you can't make it back for the 2-day in-person check distribution pickup, when will those be sent? And those are going to be sent on Thursday. So that's coming from the finance team. Appreciate them, the ARPA team, that they'll dump those in Thursday. And one of the good things is with this new application, we get to get the most recent address. In the past, there was just checks printed from enrollment, but those addresses, and you go to the bank, you had a hard time cashing it because your address and your photo ID didn't line up. Not this time, you know what I mean? So it was really cool that enrollment, we appreciate them for all their help. Their printer is down for tribal IDs, just kind of got word on that one, but you can get a CIB and it has your picture on it, and they can utilize that to pick up your check, just kind of FYI.
Oh, thank you for that. That's new information.
And then check cashing, they wanted us to get that information out. Liberty Bank does it for free. Winnebago does it for free. Heritage down here, or Pony Express, or whatever you want to call it, down here, the grocery store, not the one out there on that sells gas, but the one down here in town. There's a $10 fee, and they'll cash a certain amount. And then HCI is also on scene down there. They have they can cash up to a certain amount. Then they'll be done as well. So just kind of FYI, and I think there's a fee to that. It's $10 and stuff. So, that's not bad. You think about it, the gas up there to Sioux City and back to cash it at Liberty.
Might cost that much.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So appreciate everybody. We were kind of joking here, but I know from the council standpoint, use it for heating and stuff, but we were like, there better not be any households with the lights off for trick-or-treating this weekend on Monday. That's one of our questions and stuff. But yeah, Bethany, anything to add?
No, I just want to say that I think it's a really awesome, exciting thing, and I hope that it comes sooner than later. So, because I know that that water stuff, it affects a lot of my family. So, I think that it's a great thing.
And you guys taking part in the cleanup?
Yep.
And then check cashing. Any questions?
I'm probably gonna cruise out to Vegas
Okay.
or maybe Liberty.
Yeah, for sure. Photo ID. Make sure you guys have your photo ID, because last time I'm talking to some tribal members from Wisconsin, and they came down for the payment and stuff, and they really appreciate it. They listened to the radio station.
Mm-hmm.
They also stay tuned to the Facebook page and whatnot. Any other updates or topics of discussion that we can talk about here? You guys are...
Sure. This is a great opportunity to keep your address up to date with the tribe. One of the other efforts that the council's been working on for every year, it seems like we talk about blood quantum, we talk about tribal
yeah.
membership, and the different things that the council has strategized and really been trying to find ways to ensure the prosperity and the continuation of the Winnebago tribe of Nebraska.
Yeah.
And we know that many of the relatives in our generation and some of their kids can't be enrolled. A lot of the grandparents we hear from, their grandchildren can't be enrolled, and they're either just shy or this adding other Indian blood, doesn't help them. So we've had this idea that I guess I'll credit. I've heard that the late Darrell LaPointe had suggested we should make ourselves 4/4.
Mm-hmm.
And we should start a new base role and become the new ancestors and strengthen the future of our tribe. And at the rate we're going with this this government-imposed blood quantum system, it's taken this many generations to be harmful and to be threatening the future of our tribe. And so many tribes across the country are having discussions like this, and the Tribal Council has come very close to asking, is this going to help us? And we want to do a secretary election that would require changing the Constitution and the criteria for membership. And we would like to make all Winnebago tribal enrolled members 4/4 to reset the clock, if you will.
Yeah.
And that secretarial election is going to require the input of all tribal members, and they will the BIA administers that process, and they'll send it to you.
Okay.
And so if we have a bunch of our tribal members that don't have accurate addresses on file with enrollment or the tribe, we're not going to have your input, and we're not going to be able to help you and your family make these changes for the tribe.
Wow.
So that's one thing that was brought up the other day. Like, if everyone's got the wrong address, how do we think we're going to be successful in this secretarial election when it comes up?
Yeah.
So we're still working with our general counsel and still tweaking the language and really thinking about how this will impact us and how we'll have. And it's not about resources. This is about the future of the tribe. And I was reminded by one of our tribal elders that this isn't, we're always like, well, then they're going to get this. Well, then that's good. Then they're going to get that. Because this isn't about what someone's going to get or not get. This is about the longevity and the survival of our tribe.
Strength in numbers.
Yep.
For sure.
Nation building. We're nation building.
Yeah. And so when that time comes, that's very important that you fill out that secretarial election ballot, give your opinion, and send it back, and we'll determine. They say voting, the people have spoken, like literally. So the tribe has spoken. Whatever direction the proposal for that, you can vote yes or you can vote no. Whatever. If it's we come up with a new base roll, we refer back to the 1936 base roll right now, or 1930?
Yes, 1934 base roll is the mechanism we use to determine your lineage and your enrollment, and we even think that that's inaccurate. We think that the federal government at that time was not doing the tribes right, and I don't know if they are still, but or I don't know if they are even. But at that time, we were at a huge disadvantage, and we just feel that those base rolls may not be accurate. We have tribal members that have come forward and said, my Choka and their siblings are full siblings. How come this one has this blood quantum and that one has that blood quantum?
Yep.
And so even right now within families, they see inaccuracies on that base roll, and that's directly impacted their grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
So it's unique. Every family looks different in what they need. The Tribal Enrollment Committee, for years now, since I've been on the council, they've been doing a series of listening sessions, surveys. You remember they did them at powwow, they mailed them to you. And so what's been our challenge is never getting enough response.
Yeah.
And so those that respond are those that have a need, and those that need it to be less blood quantum or need some other solution. So the tribal council has been trying to be responsive to that, but also we need everybody to weigh in.
Yeah.
Isaac had done a survey at powwow, and he had captured some traffic. We were even saying, man, why didn't we make that the criteria to pick up your check?
Yeah.
Like could have caught them all then. Like, what do you think? What we should do with enrollment? So that's been one of the biggest challenges, is getting enough people to weigh in. But I think the elders have spoken. That's who we hear from the most, are these grandparents. And I have been promising them a solution, and this, the water is the main priority, and stabilizing our tribal enrollment is another huge priority.
We talked about that a little bit, and also Jordana, our WIN editor, has come out with some kind of knowledge about how the whole enrollment process happened. You know what I mean? It overall in the federal government system, and why they imposed it, whatnot and stuff. So there's some language in there. If you guys want to go back to the WinnebagoTribe.com, there's a news section. You can view those WIN articles and kind of get up to speed. And there's a lot of different ideas on enrollment as well. So that's very exciting. I know that that would be huge for the Winnebago tribe. And every time, I know that there's a lot of people kind of pleading to some people that they're on the adoption ballot for during election times, and you guys just recently accepted a round of people, a whole batch of new enrollees that come into the Winnebago tribe. Congratulations to them and welcome to the tribe, you know what I mean? And I always remember that one time, I don't know if it was you or somebody down there said, we should have a song for everybody that became Winnebago through that adoption. But there's other people out there too, in their hearts and stuff, they're Winnebago, you know what I mean? So we had a guy come, and he was adopted out. And he told us the story, remember?
Yep.
through Angel Decora, and he listens to us as well. So, yeah, very interesting stuff, very exciting, and be looking for that secretarial election. I think that's going to be on the horizon. You know, there's a lot of groundwork that needs to be covered, and there's a lot of things that need to be happening, but that's something that we need to get done.
Yeah, I look forward to coming back on the show to talk about that. Our Vice Chair Chamberlain reminded us also that we need to do the education, we need to do the outreach, and we need to make sure that tribal members have all the information so they can make an informed decision, and that they understand how this impacts their family, and when you really place yourself in, or you know somebody that isn't enrolled, or it's a different conversation.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's a lot of different things that we discuss here, and yeah, you guys are more than welcome to always come back to our show, keep us updated, keep the tribal membership. Just to kind of recap some of the numbers here. This is pretty exciting. I talked to the finance team this morning. Out of all of our minors, there's about 200 that are missing their applications. Either they're waiting, maybe they haven't heard about the ARPA, but I want to send a huge shout out to everybody that helped out in communications, and then also our listeners and our tribal members for spreading that word. You know what I mean? Because without them, a lot of our elders and our youth wouldn't know about this economic recovery payment assistance. There's probably about maybe 14 to 1,300 Winnebago tribal members that are probably way out there that haven't heard about the economic recovery payment assistance, and we kind of took that challenge on, but that's over half of our tribal members that knew about this, and that will probably get a check and whatnot. So there's still work to be done on the economic repayment assistance, but you know what I mean, hopefully we have the whole membership. What is there, 5,342 tribal members out there?
I think we're over 5,700 now.
Oh my goodness. Okay, the last I got, it was 53 and stuff. That was probably a couple of years ago. So yeah, 5,700. All right, so we got some more work to do, guys.
Yeah, they still have time. They have until December 31st.
Yep.
All
righty. And then do you have any other graphics that we wanted to put up here?
Well, we have that announcement for the Res Tour.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So I will also shout out to Vice Chair Brian Chamberlain. We've been talking about the boundaries of the Winnebago Indian Reservation and the future of the tribe. The tribe has been looking at land to buy back, not only through the land buyback program, that's since that was a government program, but the tribe has been trying to identify large parcels of land within the reservation that are in non-tribal member ownership that we could buy back to utilize for agriculture, home ownership, really thinking about beyond those railroad tracks, and having a visual of how far-reaching the Winnebago Indian Reservation is.
Yeah.
And so through that discussion, we said, well, let's go on a tour. Let's go look at it. Let's go put some tobacco down, and let's have some prayers that we recognize that this land is here for the people, and that we need to take care of it, protect it. And we stand on the prayers of those that came before us, and we want to continue that way, and just have our people think of the future, and think of that there could be a time when we have, a 40-acre home ownership program over there. We could have businesses. We could have lots of things, and it's through that that pride in the land that we want to really see it and feel it, and know that the ground we stand on is our responsibility, and that's an effort to renew that.
Definitely. So what are the details on that, Bethany?
So this will be Thursday, October 27th. The departure time will be at 10 a.m. and return at 3 p.m. The bus will be behind the Blackhawk Community Center on the west side for pickup, and the tribal transit van will have 10 open seats available for tribal members. So you can give a call to Tribal Transit at 402-878-4225 or 712-259-1995 to reserve your seat if you would like to attend the tour. There's going to be 7 stops. A lunch will be provided. Maps will be provided at the time of departure, and we will be stopping and having a prayer, as Tori mentioned, at each corner, and the Winnebago Tribal Council will be on the tour.
And just to kind of FYI, it's going to be the Nebraska side.
Yes.
We also have land over in Iowa, but for this tour, This is kind of cool. This guy's going to be like a rock band and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, we're going on tour, guys. No, but seriously, that's an opportunity because those corners, West Winnebago, you know what I mean? That's very interesting and stuff. So if you don't have to necessarily, you could bring your own car, whatnot, open to the tribal members. I'm sure they're not going to turn anybody away and stuff. So any other information, it might be a little rainy that day, so dress appropriately and stuff. But yeah, it would be very, very cool. Kind of very historic and exciting for the Winnebago tribe as well. We'll be there. The Winnebago in the News will be there.
Thank you. Yeah, this is historic, and it's really calling upon our tribal members to take notice and to be thinking about how we can further develop our reservation and most notably the western portion.
Right. We have an update here, folks. We will kind of make mention for the listeners and everybody. If you can bring that up, maybe bring up our Facebook page. But we have Brenda Pear is still missing here. We're happy to report that Mr. Gunderson's mother said that he reached out to her. So with your help and everybody's help, that we're thankful, and you know what I mean. So we just kind of want to make mention that we heard that one of the missing persons we discussed on the show and posted on our social media has made contact with his family, and that is Edward Gunderson, who has been reported missing since July 2021. We want to thank all of our listeners, those who prayed and shared the information. So to kind of recap there, Mr. Gunderson has reached out to his family, which means he's alive, We continue to pray for Brenda Pear and are still looking for her. Again, if you have any information about Brenda, please contact our police department at 402-878-2245. And I know that the council had a discussion on those that are missing and stuff, you know what I mean? So continued prayers, and I don't know, Tori, if you want to make mention of anything like that, but we're still looking for Brenda.
Yeah, thank you to all those that have shared and participated in the posting of signs, the prayers, the community, Sioux City community that has really taken notice and are trying to help out. I think the tribal council, we're watching all these, and during our general council, we started talking about what can we do? Can we offer a reward? What can we do it's really sad that we have to think of resources to set aside to have a pot of money to offer rewards for our missing relatives. And the MMIP, movement has taken off in Indian country, and there's things that we can even do to further share that message. And it's just sad that now we have some of our very own MMIWs, and the council is in support of the family. The council is going to continue to meet with our law enforcement and the FBI on how we can get these rewards put out. And as they go through their processes, the council stands by ready to engage in whatever way is helpful. Right.
And I know that's a priority across Indian country. Here's kind of a story that was told to me over the radio, is that we always got to be aware of those that are maybe in a mental, what do they call it? Stress mentally, kind of psychotic state, whatnot. We got to make sure that they continue their medication, stay healthy mentally and physically. Not only that, but there was a mention of beware of human trafficking. Yeah. And I guess in that human trafficking realm, they say that Native American, especially indigenous women, are a rarity, and so they're kind of how do you say it? You want those? They're like
Native American women are at higher risk.
Right.
They're exotic or something.
Exactly. That's what they're saying, is that they're exotic. That those people that take part in human trafficking business or whatever, they're always looking for indigenous women to kind of fall into that realm. So let's keep our guard up. You know what I mean? Let's keep especially our women, our young gals, our teenager gals and stuff, keep them safe and everything, and kind of do that education with them. Maybe sit down with them and kind of talk about that. You know what I mean? Hate to say that 2022, but we're in that day and age where that does happen and stuff. So I appreciate everybody with the prayers again. So we're still looking for Brenda. Any shout outs or anything like that? You know what I mean? I know that we had some serious issues to cover here this morning and stuff, but any thank yous, any shout outs to your team or any of the council members or anything like that? We covered.
Yeah, definitely. All our programs that work throughout the year, facilities, EPD, roads, they all have their special part, community garden,
Yeah.
Emergency management. I could name them all off, but they all do their own part throughout the year, and through our superiors and our leadership, we're able to accomplish a lot of things.
Good job. Yeah, you and Irita and the rest of the team keep up the good work for the Winnebago Tribe. So good job. Tori?
I would echo that and say that all our departments definitely stand ready to assist in any event that happens. We saw things like the water main break, the trash issue, and we all came together. And that's one thing that I think is really special, and we should do it more.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. All right. So good job there. We'll see you at the tour on Thursday. So make sure you mark that calendar. So thank you, ladies, for coming on in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right.
So we'll jump over here to All Requests Live for a little bit, as that'll be on Thursday as well. We have our top 5 graphic out. So if you want to head over to our Winnebago Big Voice Facebook page to vote, we have I Put a Spell on You by Nina Simone.
Oh, it's a good song.
Sticky by Drake.
I don't know that song.
I don't really know that song either.
Yeah.
I like Drake.
Do you?
Yeah, it's from his new
Is that
album.
that one that's kind of the fast beat?
I think so. He made some club beats album. His
Yeah.
his most recent one. It's got a lot of different beats on there.
Okay.
And then we got Highway to Hell by AC/DC. We have ROS by Mac Miller.
No, I don't know that one either. Sorry.
And Thriller by Michael Jackson,
Oh,
who was the champ from
yeah.
last week.
Thriller was the champ last week, huh?
In honor of Halloween, spooky season.
Do you know
I
the
put
dance?
those little zombie emojis in
Man.
the graphic.
That's the best dance ever. I think it held the record for the longest music video there for a while.
Oh,
You remember
okay.
the music video?
Yeah.
He's like,
I was telling DJ Blue, shout out to DJ Blue, who joined me last week on ARL.
Uh-huh.
I was making mention to him that when I was little, I used to be scared of the Thriller music video.
did you really? Yeah, because he does change and stuff, and it shows
I was
him
always like, I'm going to leave the room. And I would walk away. Wouldn't watch it.
that quote though. You know what I mean? That quote, it was iconic. The dance at the end. We got to see it. You know what I mean? There's a zombie walk coming up too, right?
Yep, there is.
Got the information about that?
I'll grab it and then I'll bring it up because it's there and it's coming up.
Okay, so I think that's going to be Friday, project launch. And then there's also a, what do you call it? How do you say it? Masquerade, or is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah.
The dance
The
that's going to
masquerade.
happen. Is that Saturday night, right? I
Yup.
think Whirling Thunder, Winnebago Health Department's hosting
Yes,
that one.
yep.
If we can get that information up as
Yes.
well and stuff. As we wait for our next guest, who's probably talking to the chairwoman out there. But we'd like to welcome Marshall Bass, if he's around, out there listening to us, maybe in a parking lot or whatnot. But we'll get him on. But Ho Chunk Capital is going to be on the air here momentarily. Now, folks, I do have a good treat for you. If you stick with us, the answer is movie horror trivia. You know what I mean? So let's see if you know what if you know the songs or whatnot and stuff. Okay, so what do we got?
Okay, for this one right here, I have the Masquerade. I need to find that zombie walk. I want to make mention that there is a graphic out there. I've been looking for it though.
For the zombie walk?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I wanted to display it on here, but for now, I got the Masquerade event right here.
Okay. When's that start?
So it looks like, whoops, wrong way. We have the costume contest with cash prizes. The Masquerade Powwow will be on October 29th. At 5 p.m. will be the supper. 7 p.m. will be the start of the powwow. It'll be in the Whirling Thunder gym. And then there's age groups for the Tiny Tots. There's some teens, 9 to 17. The adults, 18 to 54. Seniors, 55 plus. So the categories are funniest, scariest, most creative, dynamic duo, and best family.
Best family.
Yes. So
How do you? So Adam's Family or something like that, or?
Yeah, or like the Incredibles, or
Wow.
like a whole family of a theme.
Yeah.
Someone better go as what's that? Did you ever see that one movie called Meet the Millers?
Meet the Millers.
Or Where the Millers? Did you Meet the Millers?
Is that the one at the RV or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where the Millers?
Where the Millers.
I'll go check on that guest though.
Yeah, for sure. So we do also have, just to kind of recap some of our things that we're going to get coming up. Thursday is ARL, All Requests Live. You can cast your vote if you guys want to send a shout out, anything like that. Make sure you do that. And also, we wanted to make mention Thursday is the Res Tour that they'll be going around to boundaries. And shout out to the council and the land department for getting that organized. And just kind of going all parts of the res. There's 7 stops that are scheduled for that one. And then Friday is a huge day because the zombie walk is going to happen here in Winnebago. Saturday is the masquerade, and then Monday is Halloween. Are you going to go trick-or-treating there?
Yep.
Are you?
Heck yes. Favorite time of the year.
Especially after the economic recovery payment assistance are out
best
there, right?
costumes out there.
Yeah, man, that is a question. Okay, so I was making mention. The answer is make sure you stay tuned because some of those questions. Make sure you. Yeah.
I've been doing my studying.
Oh, we got the zombie walk.
Yes, so we got the zombie walk, which will be on October 28th, and that will take place at 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. at the Land of Wellness. So join all of us for some Halloween fun and education. And then at the big screen, so that'll follow the event, it'll be Hocus Pocus 2 at 6 p.m. So if you have any questions, you can email Jamie Moore at WinnebagoTribe.com. It's JAYME.MOORE at WinnebagoTribe.com.
All right. Can you bring up some of those pictures from the trunk or treat?
Yes.
I just want to send a shout out to all the departments that came down, all the parents that brought their kids down, the people that provided the food, the cooks. Again, shout out to you, Bethany, for providing the movie, and you got the soundtrack going. You got the DJ for them. You know what I mean? I came down and started playing some power music, and they're like, play some Halloween music, and I was like, oh my god, I'm full of these witches want their music. So no.
Shout out to Brooke. She's the one that said play some Halloween music.
So yeah, the Ghostbusters and whatnot. But yeah, that was the Two Spirit organization. That one, who was that one there?
I'll go back. That was YCIC.
Oh, okay. YCIC.
Oh, this one right here. This was the WIC program.
Okay, and then
that was YCIC.
The one we got now is what, Little Priest? Or
yep. Now we're going back. Sorry.
Okay.
Little Priest, and then that was the Housing and Development Commission setup.
Okay.
And this was again at Little Priest.
Yep.
And so they had some cool games at some of those
yeah,
booths. So
that
this
is
was
cool.
again at the YCIC. They had a Hocus Pocus theme.
Okay.
And then there was our summer youth employee,
Morgan. Shout out to Morgan. Yeah, for sure.
And then just some of the littles in line for the game that was in front of them.
Yeah, I got some pictures of the little cute babies. There was an elephant down there, and then there was another one that was like, oh my goodness,
that was cute. That was the Winnebago. You know what? That's a good question.
Let's see here if we can tell if I'm by their booth. Does anybody know who that? Well, you probably know who they are, but do you know what program they work for? I'm sorry, apologize.
I know I want to zoom in on Rebecca's sticker, but
is it Project Launch? No,
I don't think so. Project Launch was with Brooks. So
well, I know those two ladies there, Cleveland and Snyder. They're the ladies. Winnebago Public School. Shout out to the state qualifiers. They got fourth place that year.
Yep.
And Keisha, yep. So
I'm stumped on that one. I'm gonna ask
anybody
Brooke.
know? Yeah. Brooke, are you out there listening? Or maybe Jamie, are you out there? Jamie usually tunes in and stuff. What booth was that one? Anyways, speaking of Jamie, what booth was this one?
Alcohol program.
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, so the theme was trunk or treat, right? Okay, so
yes.
They disqualified themselves because they didn't have a trunk. That's the back of a van. No, I'm just playing.
But I could. I'm not too sure unless they were all just working together. Because I know I see Patrice in there, and she's with education.
Oh, okay, okay.
But some more littles. We had shout out to Gigi.
Yeah, she had a.
Hers was the sickest.
What was her outfit?
She posted about what it is.
Is that Edward Scissorhands'
I want to
cousin
say
or something? I'm not sure.
She said who it was and who she was.
Okay.
But I seen her kind of at the end of it, taking her stuff off, and
that looked like
she's got some skills, man. I'll say that.
It looked like it hurt. You know what I mean? Oh,
little Michael Myers.
Yeah, he made it. You know what I mean? He was cute but scary. And then
this was the Project Launch setup.
Okay, and they had the Hocus Pocus theme too?
Yes.
All right.
So got some little ones getting some handouts. So they had what's that, your favorite?
Yeah, that's cornhole. Man, I'm telling you. I was going to get into a game and stuff. We got pulled the different directions and stuff. But, yes, I got to take on Eugene.
Some of the littles.
All right. Candyland. I like that one. Who was that one?
This was I want to say this was the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, okay. Hey, I want to send a shout out to my old high school classmate. We graduated 1999. Becky Bird, listening from White Shield, North Dakota. What's up, Becky Bird? Me and her, I was the king for homecoming, and she was the queen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back in 1999.
I never met Becky, but I know her sister Cody.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shout out to Cody.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry. That was, I believe that is so Brittany, she's with Joy. Planning and Development?
Yeah, Planning and Development. She had a Target theme or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Target.
Hers it was a bullseye's Target background. Oh.
Marsha, was it Target or Target?
So this was at the conclusion of the event, there was the showing of the original Hocus Pocus.
Okay, and then Hocus Pocus 2 is coming up, right?
Yes.
When is that going to be? Friday?
That'll be this Friday at 6 p.m. at the big screen, following the Zombie Walk event at the Land of Wellness.
All right, cool, awesome. All right, we'd like to get into our next guest here. This is Mr. Marshall Bass. Give us your introduction. Who do you work for and what do you do, my man?
All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's officially the noon hour.
Yeah.
Marshall Bass here, just jumping in. I wanted to share some information. Currently with Ho Chunk Capital right now. I came from Sioux City Ford. Was with them for a couple of years there, working on the financing side. And
welcome to the big boys, my man.
Thank you, sir.
You know, you made it, bro. You know, you made it here and stuff. You know, and I know that. We always try to count on you on some of the things. You got school pride, school spirit. I know you're always attending your girls' games and anything as far as athletics and stuff. And hey, man, you know, I was going to come see him at Ford and stuff, but I'm a Chevy guy. I apologize, Marshall. You know what I mean? But anyways, so you changed roles. You're at Ho Chunk Capital. What do you do there?
So currently at Capital, I'm about 3 weeks in, 3-4 weeks in, but I'm the project manager right now.
Oh, okay.
So greasing a lot of the gears that they have in motion right now, and just trying to help get things done a little more efficiently and bring some credibility to some of the processes and stuff that we have currently.
For sure.
They do a lot of the commercial and residential real estate development in Sioux City, South Sioux, and they currently doing a lot of the stuff here, the development stuff here at the Ho Chunk Village area.
Okay.
As well.
Yeah.
Just a lot of really jumping in with both feet and trying to get familiar with a lot of the processes and a lot of the subsidiaries here that we're part of. So it's been a great experience so far.
Definitely. Well, welcome to the show, and please keep us updated on like any listings or anything like that. I seen that Sunshine Bear. She posted, she signed for her new house, and congratulations to her. A lot of entities came together. She got that assistance, you know what I mean? Then there was a match assistance, and she's going to have a housewarming party. We're going to take all the listeners from the Big Voice, and we're going to go over there. And
we're live streaming it.
Yeah, we're live streaming from her housewarming party. But no, seriously, we want to do like one of those, we should do 300 of those, you know what I mean, throughout the year. But
exactly,
that would be awesome. So I know, how is it going with all the development at, let's say, Ho Chunk Village 2.0?
2.0 is going really well. I know they had set out to do, a number of houses, 200 units by 2023, 24, and currently on track to not only meet that, but exceed that. They had a vision a while ago, and, they got together a few separate times, and, they brought in designers and drafters and architects, and, this, what you see across the street over here in the Ho Chunk Village, obviously used to just be just a cornfield.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the stuff.
I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Growing up, that's all it was. So they had the vision, and, with the help of, Ho Chunk Incorporated and the village, and there's so many moving parts to that development over there, and it's just ongoing. And so currently, we have the 40 acres here. We're adding on to the 2.0 portion there, so that's going to be the additional 40, and then they have the vision to kind of keep moving eastward, and there's a whole another 80 acres that they're going to develop, 80 plus acres, and it's just a great addition for the community, and kind of giving everybody the I guess the vision for home ownership, to making it a reality, and the walkable community, and everything that embodies that Ho Chunk Village over there. It's all kind of coming to fruition, and we're seeing it develop before our eyes.
Right, right. And that's one of the things that we kind of noticed here is that right at 8 a.m. and right at 4:30, like Winnebago becomes a large city. But during those times, everybody heads out from Winnebago. It'd be really cool if they stayed here. And that's because they probably have no place to live. You know what I mean? And I know the solution is to build more houses and stuff. You know, the doctors, the teachers, everybody that works here, the professionals that work for the tribe. You know what I mean? They should just go across the street and that's their house. You know what I mean? That's the vision for the future. And with that, more businesses will start coming up. You know, more grocery stores, whatever. You know what I mean? To service, we need mechanics, whatever. You know what I mean? So I think that's we're gonna see it in our generation.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
The way things are moving and the speed at which they're going, I would be surprised if, I'm sitting here 50 years old, which is scary, but it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a lot of development there, yes, sir.
Dang, don't say that word.
I know.
I just want to add, we have like these archive photos. So I came on in like 2020. Even just from 2020 to today, the development is a lot because like I have all those before and after pictures throughout the projects that like different construction things that are going on in town. And it's expanding and I love it.
Yeah.
Especially
really cool.
like even Main Street, like the 2 roundabouts now, all of it.
One of the things at Sculpture Garden when we did the press conference the other day, oh man, that was a beautiful setting. You know what I mean? And it worked out well. So I think there's going to be more of those. And that was a huge announcement. 35 milli.
Internet for all.
Yeah, internet for all, for sure. Is there anything that far as like if I have an idea that I want to see in Ho Chunk Village or something like that, you know what I mean? Who do I talk to? What do I do? What's the process of doing that?
For sure. And that's kind of the purpose of my presence today is I just wanted to create some awareness here about what we are currently doing, right? So as of right now, you've seen, with Sunshine and you got a few other families that are closing on some homes in the 2.0 development there. So that's the newest development, the elderly complex up there that's, they're making a lot of headway on that in the last couple of weeks. Has been really good. So what we have is there's a specific parcel of land, pretty much dead center of the new 2.0 development.
Okay.
And in this parcel of land, there's already going to be a nice park, very, very similar to what we have up here in the 1.0 development.
Yeah.
So another park there to kind of house the kids and give them something to do after school and during the summer. But on that same parcel, there is a nice chunk of land there that we want to get some feedback from the community, not just the 2.0 development or the 1.0 residents. I'm talking Winnebago in general, right? So what we did is we put a survey together and we put it on our Ho Chunk Capital Facebook page. So if you have some time, go over there, go check it out. There's a QR code that you can scan with your phone. It'll bring the survey up. Or if you don't want to use that, you could just click the link. But it's a real basic survey. We have some. We had a community event a few Mondays ago at one of the buildings down here in the development, and we just kind of got some feedback from some residents there on what they would like to see. So we took some of those, and you're looking at a basketball court. I know basketball is huge in Winnebago. State champs, we get it. A lot of sand volleyball. That's another option there. Volleyball is really popular as well. It's not just a female sport. There's a lot of, co-ed teams and stuff that play up at Aiken Nickel. And,
Do you play?
I subbed in a couple of times.
So you're joining us next week. Bethany's going to be on our team and stuff. We got a little team here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, we just do it just to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not, our commentator like Willie Bass and Brian and all those guys, holy smokes.
They take it to another level,
Woo!
those guys.
Those guys
talent.
are good. You know what I mean? That is awesome for them and
Professional.
stuff. You know what I mean? But we just do it just to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Anyways.
Something like that, just some ideas. Even somebody mentioned like a splash pad. We have a swimming pool that's fantastic. Splash pad it's an option. Somebody suggested a dog park, and then there's another area here that's just kind of listed others. So if you have an idea, you can specify in there and just get that submitted. And it is through SurveyMonkey. It's a very reputable source there. And so with that information, we want to try and gather as much input as possible. Hence, me jumping here with you guys and spending a little bit of time to create some awareness there. And then what I'll do also is hang a few posters around. I'll hit some of the major venues, your Pony Express locations, maybe some Sweetwater, Dollar General, Native Star. But I'll have that QR code on there. So with the QR code, if you're not too familiar with it, you just take your camera out on your phone and you just hold it up to the QR code. It'll display a link there. You just tap the link. It'll take you to the survey itself. But I'd love to try and get some feedback from the community and see, what type of things would you like to see in this specific development. And then I think what we'll do is take maybe the top two and kind of do a vote on that, or see if the board wants to maybe agree on something. But if something jumps out and it's 90% they want this one, that's kind of a straightforward vote there. So we want some definite input. We don't want to just say, hey, we're gonna put a volleyball court in there, right? But if it's we get a general consensus and see what people really want to have in their new community.
DJ
Exciting.
booth. There you go, right? Seriously, you
Dance floor.
You go to these casinos. We're not going to mention HR's name here on the show and stuff because Winnevegas is part of our sponsors. But Hard Rock, they have a radio station DJ booth in there, right? Hey, right there. Why don't we get a DJ booth right in the center of town? You know what I mean? Enclosed. Nice. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just the idea. I'm just kind of shooting. But if you do have an idea, throw it in there.
For sure.
There's no idea that's out lavish and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And anything else? Down the road, the document that we have for that new 40 acres up there, we know what a lot of it's going to be. Residential versus commercial. But it's also a fluid document too. Do we want? There's been talks of the Boys and Girls Club going up there. I think there's been some adjustments in management down there, but I know that's kind of the deal, is where we had maybe planned for a fourplex or something there, right? But with that, the option to have something like that there it's possible, right? So just kind of having that document be fluid. There is opportunity, there are things out there, but for the most part, we kind of stick to the plan, right? When the original 1.0 development went in, the original vision was kind of, cartooned on a cool document there. And for the most part, it looks very similar. A couple of things have changed, so we know what we want it to look like. But again, just having that feedback and giving the people a voice, right? That's kind of what the show's all about and what we really want to capture too.
Definitely, for sure. And thank you for coming on. As it gets progressing, one of the things too is even today they were making mention, when is Winnebago Tribe going to get a bank? So they can do some banking here. That's one of you see everybody trying to go cash checks or whatnot and stuff, but that might be a good service. So I don't know, something that in line of that, you know what I mean? Keep our money safe.
Just keep expanding.
Yeah, just keep expanding and stuff. When is the subway coming? That's another one and stuff, you know what I mean? Shout out to Little Priest Tribal College. They have the Wolves Den. Great chicken strips. Try them, you know what I mean? But I know people want variety. We used to have Louis Bros Barbecue. They have since moved on. And I think Dega's Mexican has moved on as well. But I think that, some Joyce Bass, they do some sticky rice specials. Where else can we eat?
Native Star. I don't think you mentioned them.
Oh, yeah.
Sweetwater.
Yep. Sweetwater, Native Star, and
You
Little
can call
Priest.
DG, get some, microwave it. No, I'm just kidding.
We need some more variety of options and
we
stuff.
do.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
definitely. And if you guys know anybody, we're Louis Bros and Dega's that restaurant there. Since Louis Bros has moved on, if you know anybody that has kind of that dream or aspiration to start something like that, their own restaurant, if they have ideas, if you know your auntie who's a really good cook, or your grandma or somebody, let us know. I know that place is available and it has everything there. Between the fridge units and all the equipment, everything's there.
Wow.
So yeah, if you guys have somebody with a nice business plan rolled out and they're kind of ready to start something up, there's opportunity there. That versus the same type of rental space up in Sioux City, if you wanted to start a restaurant, world of a difference, right?
Yeah.
In terms of cost. So, you can kind of get the dream started, and that's where Dega started out.
Yeah.
And look at them now; they're up in I know they have one brick and mortar location in Dakota City, but they had Vegas on Wheels, and they're kind of all over. So it was a good start for a really good and humble individual who's just kind of continuing to grow and flourish.
Right.
So, yeah.
His dad, Ro.
Yeah.
I used to DJ for him at Club Cabana. You remember Club Cabana?
Oh, no.
It was on 4th Street and stuff, but it was right. Creative Street, anyways. But yeah, he used to own Club Cabana for a while there, and then he moved on. Did computer tech stuff, you know what I mean? I forgot what they're called, but anyways, then Walt Hill, he had the Aztec. I don't know if you remember that bar. It was a bar at the Silver Moon, I think it was called, before that and stuff. But just kind of reminiscent. Anyways, I was gonna make mention of that place over there. Would it be possible? I don't know if this is just the idea, maybe. But a co-op, you know how they have artist co-ops? They have the studio space. You come in and then you rent the space for a weekend, and then you have this showing and whatnot and stuff. But we have all these like food artists, I should say, and they kind of just sell out of their house or whatever and stuff. But what if they say, you know, like a food artist co-op for that space? If there's everything there, and you just take a percentage of the daily take, you know what I mean?
So sort of like Yummy Blocks, that's up on Wesley Way, you know, where they have tacos en madre and the Lapa Lapa, I believe that's how you pronounce it. But it's a lot where they have multiple food trucks, and they pay like a rent, so to speak, and the owner of the spot just takes a piece of that. But it's a really good centralized location for you to go and get whatever you want. Yeah. You know, they had soul food there at one time. They had these soul food egg rolls that were the best I've ever had in my life. But yeah,
I have to try it.
Yeah,
for
definitely
sure.
a good deal.
I'm gonna throw in there. I have a sister. She has a truck. It's called Cat Scrub up there in Sioux City.
That's it. Yes.
Yes, that's my sister, Kathy Shores. Shout out to her.
We must be hungry.
I know my stomach's about to growl. No, I'm just kidding.
For sure. Anything else you want? Shout outs or anything like that? Thank you for coming on. Make sure you fill out that survey code and give your input on that, because that's going to come to fruition. You guys are moving. Those houses are going up, and you guys will probably start moving on a sand volleyball court, basketball court. What was the other option? Dog park
and a splash pad. Did you say that?
Yeah. Splash pad. That would be kind of a good idea. Splash pad.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, just thinking about things, you know, long term, that'd probably be the one that requires the most yearly annual maintenance. You know, that'd probably the spendiest. But you know, it's things that you know, we want you guys to make your recommendation, give us your opinion, because those are the things that we want. Again, we want you to decide. And you know, the most votes, the highest consensus, however you want to put that, that's what we're going to be going with. So get out there, cast your vote. I know you guys did some pretty awesome voting in terms of, you know, with the last couple of weeks. I've seen some really cool voting there.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was actually fun. That was fun to partake in. So hopefully this can kind of bring that same kind of level of excitement there, and you know, go a long way in terms of a good cause and stuff too. So we're really excited about it.
I think you guys should do a stage. And like we will try to do that for the big screen down here, but why not have another big screen? Let's put that category in. I'm gonna vote for that and stuff. You know what I mean? But seriously, you know that's you can show movies on there. You can play music, and then you can have shows or whatever. Graduation can be held there. There's you know what I mean? This outdoor setting just right there. It's a central location, and then messaging. If you guys, you know, that's very helpful. There's about 6,000 cars that go through there, but that would be really cool. Just, you know, always see it all the time. Vegas, what do they call it? Central, in New York. What is it called? Central Plaza?
Central Park?
Central Park or whatever. No, the one with the big screen and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is that called? I don't know. Never been to the Big Apple, but
Me neither.
So, but yeah, just something like that, like a big LED, you know, show movies night. Something like that.
And I think that's a really good thing. And I don't know, you know, we've gone down once or twice to watch some movies, and I think it's a really awesome opportunity for the kids to get out there. I've always said that in South Sioux, they have a big, right along the river there by the soccer fields. They used to do them like once or twice during the summer, and I'm like, why doesn't anybody really take this on? But you guys do a really good job, a really clear picture. The audio is fantastic. It's a great location right there, very wide open. I'm a big fan of it, so I think that's really good. So do I have your commitment to jump on and do your portion of the survey?
Yeah, we're for sure gonna do it and stuff. You know what I mean? I think that's a good idea. You know, we need some more LED screens here in town. Why not? Okay. Marshall, can you help me out?
Sure.
We're going to play The Answer Is, okay? This is a trivia game between Tyler and Bethany, and I need you to write down their answers. I'll give you a pin And if you know the answer, don't share it with them because this is a game. But for those folks that are tuning in, it is now time for the answer is, and we're going to see how we do. So what is the answer is? Marshall, you ever watch this or you ever take part of this, or maybe you're sitting at home and you know the answers and stuff? It's 5 questions that they have to get right. The ones that has the most questions right will win this week. They have bragging rights. They can, you should see them. We don't see it because you guys are off the air and stuff, but you know what I mean? These guys are just like, I won this week. You know what I mean? It's like crazy.
I write it on the whiteboard too.
Yeah, they just go nuts.
Okay, so 2 questions.
And the 5 questions. Okay.
My 2 questions. My role specifically, well, the other one's more of a comment, but it's like when you're watching a game show, you're watching Wheel of Fortune, you're watching Jeopardy, you know all the answers, right?
Right.
And I'm like, if I ever got on the show, I would be clueless. Okay, so I'm doing what now?
You're writing her answer down.
Okay.
So that we can, when we come back, we can make sure that she gets it right. Okay, so are you ready?
Ready.
All right, audience, are you ready? Who won last week?
Me.
Okay, so she gets the lifeline. You get 1 lifeline. You might be able to help her, or we go to the people that are watching this. Here we go. The answer is, okay, what eerie film is credited with coining the notorious phrase, "Do you like horror movies?"
Do you like horror movies? Scary movie? Or
Okay, yeah.
no, Scream.
Scream? Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, question number 2. All right, this is the
Those are
multiple choice one
confident.
because this is a hard one. All
Okay.
right, which horror film franchise is the longest running? Is it A, Halloween? Is it B, Nightmare on Elm Street? Is it C, Friday the 13th? Or is it D, Scream? Which horror film franchise is the longest running? Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, or Scream?
Geez, there's a whole bunch of Halloweens. There's a whole bunch of Nightmare on Elm Streets. There's a whole bunch of... What was that other one?
And the answer is in there. Scream, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, or Halloween?
I don't know. I'm just going to go with Michael Myers, Halloween.
Halloween, final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. One of Vegas held a sold-out concert last Saturday. It was on the back of the Wynn. What was the concert? Who was it of?
3 Dog Night.
Final answer?
Yes.
Okay. Number 4. For 2022, and according to Amazon, what is the number 1 kid selling costume for Halloween? Is it A, the Squid Game guard? Is it Toy Story Buzz Lightyear? Is it C, Spider-Man? Or is it D, the inflatable T-Rex? For 2022, according to Amazon.
What are they again?
Okay, so is it A, the Squid Game guard? I don't know. I haven't seen Squid Game. But anyways, Toy Story Buzz Lightyear. Is it C, Spider-Man? Or is it D, the inflatable T-Rex costume?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Okay, final answer?
Yeah.
All right.
Just because I know a bunch of little Spider-Mans this year.
Spideys.
Yeah.
Number 5, last question, and then we'll get Tyler in here. What is America's favorite Halloween candy?
That is a tough question.
That is a tough question, so I'll break it down. Is it A, is it candy corn? Is it B, Reese's? Is it C, Skittles? Or is it D, M&M's?
You said favorite Halloween candy?
Yeah.
Say it again.
America's favorite Halloween candy.
It's not my favorite, but for some reason I feel like it's the little corn ones.
The candy corn?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. You did pretty good. You did pretty good. All right. So we're going to get Tyler in here. How did you do, Marshall?
I thought I did pretty good. I think number 2, I was doing some Halloween trivia with my kids the other day, and that was one of them. So I think I know the answer to that. 3 I knew. 4 I think I know.
Okay.
And 5 I'm clueless on 5.
Okay. All right. Tyler, welcome to the show. We have Marshall that's keeping our score tab and stuff. Go ahead and mic up, and we'll get you ready to roll. Feeling pretty confident?
Hopeful.
Are you feeling pretty hopeful? You get a lifeline.
I know, I bank on that.
Now, it's Halloween trivia, right? I kind of gave you a heads up. So did you go through all the movies? Did you watch a
No.
lot of movies this weekend? No. Okay. All right. Here we go. Question number 1. What eerie film is credited with coining the notorious phrase, "Do you like horror movies?"
Scream.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Marshall, what did she say?
She said Scream.
The correct answer is Scream. It is. Yeah. Give a
My
round of
first
applause.
answer.
Yeah, okay. One scores 1-1. 1-1. Did you
That's a
guys
good
know the
start.
answer? Okay. All right. Next question. Number 2. Which Halloween film franchise is the longest running? Now, this is multiple choice. Out of these 4, which one do you think is the longest running? Is it A, Halloween? Is it B, Nightmare on Elm Street? Is it C, Friday the 13th? Or is it D, Scream?
Can you re-say those?
Yep, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, or Scream?
I'm going to go with the first one.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay. What did Bethany say?
Also said Halloween.
She also said, and they are. You know the answer. You know the answer.
I'm gonna say that is incorrect.
It is incorrect.
Okay.
I
It
just
is-
thought because
The sleepy
there was
guy.
like, it's finally over or something, you know, so it just seems like they've been out here
the
for a
end
while.
game, or what do they call it? The Halloween. This little one came
It's
out.
Halloween Ends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Halloween.
I
Ends.
seen it this weekend.
The correct. Did you really?
Yeah.
Was it good?
I don't know. It's like 50-50.
Okay, so the correct answer is Friday the 13th.
That was my next one.
That was
Yeah.
my next one too.
Friday who's that feature?
Jason?
Freddy
Wow.
Krueger.
Jason,
Oh, no.
no, Jason
What?
Yeah,
Voorhees is
Jason.
Friday the 13th.
Jason, yeah.
Yeah.
Jason, what? Okay.
But in the original, on the very first one, it was his mom who was the killer, not him.
The more you know.
Yeah.
There was another trivia question, that something I was gonna ask, but how many people did he kill in the first, with the Friday the 13th?
Gee.
Oh, that's gonna be tough.
And I think it was 0 or something like that.
Oh yeah,
that was gonna be.
because he didn't kill anybody.
He
Yeah.
was just chasing everyone, scaring them.
We have to go back to that one. Okay, number 3.
Okay.
Vegas held a sold-out concert last Saturday. Who was the concert?
Was it Thunder from Down Under?
No, last Saturday.
Man.
Is that your answer? Or
Yeah,
you want to
that's
use a
my-
lifeline?
Oh, I forgot I had it. Yeah.
Okay, you want to use a lifeline?
Yeah.
Okay, who are you gonna ask? You gonna ask Marshall, or you gonna ask the people out there?
You should
know
ask
the
me.
answers, huh?
No, just kidding.
I'm ask the people.
Okay, ask the people. Does
Help me out.
anybody know who Vegas had as a sold-out concert last year? Go ahead and lock in your answer.
Last weekend.
Last weekend. Yep. And you know that I know that Friday so when is Thunder Down Under? It's coming up, right?
Garen's favorite show. It's coming up.
Because we talk about it so much. Anyways, did anybody give us an answer? Tyler needs your help.
Isn't it on Halloween? This is very random. But isn't it on Halloween?
Yeah.
So I'm not going trick-or-treating. I'm going to...
Ian Eagle Elk said indigenous.
I'm gonna go with it.
You're gonna go with Ian's answer?
Yeah.
Okay,
Hopefully you're
Ian.
right.
Let's see if you're right. The correct answer is Three Dog Night. Oh man! Okay.
Did you know it?
I did.
Yeah.
Only because Blue, when he was here on ARL, we played like a little snippet from one of their songs.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because
any
I
of
mean,
the
I didn't.
songs.
I knew that. I mean, I don't know it by heart, but when I
Yeah.
heard it, I was like, oh, I know that song. Not really, but kinda.
Okay. Question number 4. You still can win it here. For 2022, and according to Amazon, what is the #1 kid selling costume? Is it Squid Game The Guard, Toy Story Buzz Lightyear, Spider-Man, or the inflatable T-Rex?
Dang, I've seen a lot of T-Rexes.
Did you? You gonna go with that answer?
Say them again.
Okay. Squid Game Guard, Toy Story Buzz Lightyear, Spider-Man, or the inflatable T-Rex?
That's hard because I know a lot of kids with Spider-Man and T-Rex, so it's real 50-50 right now.
Squid Game, I have yet to watch that. Have you watched that, Marshall?
Oh yeah,
Is-
I recommend it. It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't get over the subtitles. You know what I mean? Or the whole English in his mouth is moving, and it's like somebody else talking.
Well, that's old school kung fu stuff.
yeah, it is. It is. Have you watched it, Squid Game?
I watched the first episode.
Have you?
Yeah.
And then you could give me.
And then I just...
I was hooked.
And
I
then
watched the whole thing.
The Buzz Lightyear that came out is like it's not Toy Story franchise or something like that. It's a whole kind kind of
yeah, I think
weird.
He's
different
doing his own thing
story,
now.
Yeah, that's called Buzz Lightyear.
Who would have thought the guy
branching
had
out.
hair, right?
I know, huh?
Does he really? I didn't see that part. Okay, and then Spider-Man.
I'm gonna go with the T-Rexes.
Okay, the inflatable T-Rexes.
Yeah,
I
quite
seen like
few.
a meme or whatever. You always see the videos and stuff. They're dancing to power. Those are crazy. You know what I mean? They're just jamming out. You can imagine Dinosaur Nation.
I bet you we'll see one at the masquerade. Watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully.
That answer is incorrect. It is
The
Spider-Man.
I was gonna say it. My nephew Avon is just obsessed.
It's, according to Amazon, the number one selling costume for
Yeah,
Halloween
sorry.
is Spider-Man. Okay, you can get this one. What is America's favorite Halloween candy? Is it candy corn, Reese's, Skittles, or M&M's?
Skittles. I'd like to lock that in.
Okay. That answer is incorrect.
What?
It's Reese's.
Wow.
Which is
Yeah.
by
I like
far
Reese's.
my favorite candy.
I like
so
Reese's.
I like
I don't know
that
why.
I
answer.
really
Alright.
like chocolate, so it's kind of
The
speaking
reason
from
we
the
had
heart.
that one is I know there's a lot of people getting their economic recovery payment assistance. They can buy some Reese's. All right.
Get
so-
some candy.
In a Spider-Man costume.
in a Spider-Man costume and go watch Friday the 13th.
Halloween
Halloween
ends.
ends.
Oh, no, Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah, how come we don't put like Freddy Krueger or Friday the 13th
We
down
can,
here?
we could. If someone wants to come
Spooky.
sponsor it.
Yeah, we don't want to give kids the nightmares or whatever.
Just we'll have an adult movie night.
There you go.
There you go.
I see Valak. Is that the nun from like Insidious? You
Oh,
guys should
yeah.
show like one of those
Ooh.
movies, like on a Thursday or Friday night. Just hit it, 9 p.m.
We had the question we're gonna
Yeah.
ask you, Marshall. My scariest movie that I ever seen, and it really affected me and kept me up at. I seen it when I was a teenager and stuff. Blair Witch Project. Hers was The Exorcist. Whose was yours?
A scary movie?
Yeah, this the most scary movie you ever seen.
Man, Passion of Christ.
Passion of Christ.
It's not even.
I mean, it really kind of messed you up, right? I mean,
yeah, it had some.
I don't want to say messed you up, but I
Right.
mean, this is like.
Actual scary movie. I'm gonna say Hills Have Eyes. I can't go in a
Oh, yeah,
porta
that's
potty
right.
without thinking about that.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. What would be yours, Marshall?
Left to
A
dead.
little unconventional, believe it or not, but it's not more the plot or anything, but Pet Cemetery, right? So hear me out. Just hear me out. Pet Cemetery. The gal upstairs that's locked in her room that's got like scoliosis. What is her name? Zelda. Her name is Zelda. If you don't know what I'm talking about, jump on your Google search right now and do Zelda from Pet Cemetery, and then it'll instantly hit you, and then you will those feelings of fear, and because there's a certain scene in there where she's really really skinny. She's got the sunken in eyeballs, and it was actually a dude that played the character. But he's like in the
Ew.
corner, and then he like runs up to the camera all fast. It's the scariest
Oh.
thing. It is frightening, but that scarred me for life. Yes.
Oh, we're looking at a picture at it, and yeah.
traumatizing, yeah.
Marshall, just edit out.
I feel bad for her. Real empathetic now.
All right, guys. Shout outs or anything like that as we come to a conclusion here.
I just wanted to remind everybody of the Friday events. It's the zombie walk. So that'll start at 3:30 to 5:30 at the Land of Wellness. And then they'll move over to the big screen at 6 for Hocus Pocus 2.
Okay.
When is the office trick or treating?
Oh,
I don't know. We'll post it.
yeah, we'll get it
Let's
posted.
share that.
Marshall, any shout outs?
No, just want to remind everybody, you could jump onto the Ho Chunk Capital Facebook page. That QR code or the link will be there. And then if you can't do that, I'll be out posting a few little flyers and stuff at some of the major locations here in Winnebago. So get out, get your voice out there and be heard, and hopefully we can get some things done a lot sooner than later.
Yeah, thanks to you for helping us with the game here.
Sure, it's
Congratulations to Bethany, and she has bragging rights for this Halloween week. You guys be safe out there. Make sure that the kids don't eat too much candy. That's going to be coming up Monday for Halloween. I know that you guys usually do the tour around Winnebago and whatnot and stuff. So I don't know if there's like an official, you turn on your porch light or anything like that so that they come knock on your door and stuff, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Bethany, do you know anything about that?
What? Ding Dong Ditch? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was laughing because I seen a comment.
Oh,
My bad, guys.
okay. All right.
But I'm going to get the link posted for the QR survey. And
ARL.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
ARL, Thursday, 11 to 1 p.m., 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. go vote for the top song of the
Hey,
week.
yeah, so we're gonna go vote for your thing or put our input in there and stuff like that. Vice versa. Ho Chunk Capital people, vote for ARL. What you think
top
the
song.
top song, and if
So-
you want to send a shout out or whatever.
Yeah, with the dedication, maybe you have someone that you just want to dedicate a real good song to them, something like that. But that'll be on Thursday. And I know that the Res Line tour is taking place on Thursday as well.
Cool.
So that graphic's out on Facebook as well.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Hey, I forgot one shout out. Okay, this is very important here. Me and my family were talking. My old lady, she said that. So what happened is my brother, he had wrist injury, so he couldn't DJ for the big voice.
Just laughed.
You know what I mean? And so my son, Garan Jr., stepped in and he was DJing. And he was DJing for Raya Dawn, and so he was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And Mills, gave him his number and all that stuff, you know what I mean? So I want to say thank you to my son for DJing at the Big Voice Choice Awards and stuff, you know,
Nice.
that was pretty cool. Bethany was supposed to DJ and stuff, but I went and go round up the party and stuff, and then came back, and then they're unplugging cords and stuff, and I was like, oh, what the heck?
He's like, put it back up.
All right, you guys have a good day. Thank you guys for joining us here. Thank you to Chairwoman Kitchian as well as Autumn, Irita, everybody that came in. Marshall, appreciate you coming in as well.
Pleasure.
All right, folks, see you on the next one.
Yeah.